Hey everyone, it is FM99 Rock Girl Kristin, and I'm here with Patrick, the drummer of Ice Nine Kills.
How's it going, everyone?
Patrick, I am so excited to be talking to you today. Ice Nine Kills is literally one of my favorite bands.
That's so awesome. I'm glad, happy to be here.
So actually, I have a funny story of how I first heard of you guys. In Incarceration 2021,
It's our first show back after COVID.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people wearing Ice Nine Kills shirts, and I was like, who is this band? Oh. And it got to the point that I was like, okay, I need to go see their set. So I literally scooched my way up towards the front, watched you guys, and I was like, my jaw just kept getting bigger and bigger every single time you performed, and I've been hooked since.
Wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, that's great.
So my first question kind of goes into the festivals. How do you think festivals help with the awareness for Ice Nine Kills?
It definitely puts us in front of crowds that we might not have in front of us on, say, just like a regular headliner or a normal tour. I mean, because of the diversity of bands that are on most of the festivals that we play, it's an opportunity for fans who, like you said, maybe you just see a T-shirt or you see this band's name and you've never seen them live before, or you're only a little bit familiar with them. It gives people like that a chance to come and see maybe the show for the first time, and it's just a really great, I think, opportunity to get new fans.
Yeah, well, obviously it worked on me, so I would have to agree with you.
One for one, perfect.
That's all you really need. No, just kidding. So do you think there's a better fan experience between the one-day festivals, like the old Warped Tour days, or maybe the bigger 3 to 4 day festivals?
Well, because of this new this new system that, say, like When We Were Young has put forward, where they do 2-3 days of the same lineup, same sets, kind of stuff like that. I think it definitely gives fans the opportunity to maybe experience one of their favorite bands, more than one time, in the same way that Warped Tour did, but you would have to go to multiple Warped Tour days and do VIP stuff at Warped Tour. I think that this craze of having the same festival happen multiple days in the same city, it almost gives fans more opportunity to have that connection and to maybe see a band one day and then see a different band the next day at the same time, or have the way the crossover is. You kind of have to pick and choose who you see at festivals like Warped Tour, and at these new festivals where everybody plays the same days, people kind of have the opportunity to plan out their days to see different bands on different days, but still have all of the same bands there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get everybody on their list to make sure.
Yeah, and a lot of these other festivals that go on for more than one day, we're playing a lot in Europe next year at 3-day festivals, but you only play one of those days.
Yeah.
If fans come on a Friday and you play on a Saturday, that's it. They don't get to see you. So I kind of like this whole this thing that they're doing in Vegas with Sick New World and When We Were Young, where the same bands play, and it gives people the opportunity to actually experience all those bands.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to make it out there one day. When you just were speaking about the fan experiences and people only getting to see you for one day, how do you make sure that your performance is still, the ink performance? You still have the horror themed esques involved in it. You still have, all the
the theatricalness of it.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
It's really just guaranteeing that the festival producers and the stage producers at the certain festival know what we're bringing, that they're already aware of what our set is going to look like, and that we've basically pre-approved everything that we can bring to make sure that fans at festivals are getting the exact same experience that fans, say, coming to a headliner, are going to see. We kind of ran into some hard decisions when it comes to some of these festivals and playing with Metallica and stuff, because you don't really have the same opportunity or the same capabilities that you have on a closed club stage than that you do on a festival stage or in the round. With Metallica, it's very you really have to make the right decisions and the right song choices on what to play to make sure that you're able to give the crowd exactly what you want to give them.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that makes perfect sense. Speaking of the tour with Metallica, how was that? That was awesome.
It's been awesome. We're a year into it. We do another, I think, 12 shows with them next year.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so it's a full 2-year world tour with them. So we did 8 weeks in Europe this year, where we played, I think we played 5 shows with Metallica in Europe over those 8 weeks. We came to the U.S. and we just did another, I think, 5 or 6 with them this year. And then next year kind of looks exactly the same, where we go back to Europe, we do another 5 shows there, and then finish out the year next year with 2 Mexico City shows.
That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I mean they literally had to do 2 separate Mexico
Yeah.
like 2 weekends, which means there's 4 Mexico City shows.
Wow.
That I mean, the place is just crazy. We were there with Bring Me the Horizon last year, and man, I've never felt more like overwhelmed and like treated like a rock star before. There's people like waiting at the airport for you. Like, it was absolutely nuts.
I actually saw a concert in Mexico City for a
Did you
different
really?
band, and I can agree with that. They were
It's
all
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's absolutely nuts. But the guys in Metallica are the absolute nicest guys. Like, it's something to be said about having like legendary metal musicians. Like, they've been the biggest metal band for their entire career, basically. And to just have like a knock on your dressing room door and it's just James Hetfield just like stopping by to say hello. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just like, it's so unbelievable, and they've treated us with nothing but kindness and respect. Their crew is awesome. Their crew is like top notch. Like, this is what a touring metal productions crew, honestly, any touring production can look up to, how their crew operates, and getting their stamp of approval as Ice9 and as our crew is like one of the highest accolades I think that we could possibly have, is being able to be like, Metallica and Metallica's crew like gives us the thumbs up, so now we can do anything, you know.
Free pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not letting us get away with very much, but
Oh, next time, I guess, next year
Yeah.
when you complete the 2 years. All right, perfect. Well, moving on, I know you guys just have the new single, the Meet and Greet, which came out recently.
Yeah.
Obviously, that song is based about the Silence of the Lambs with Hannibal Lecter. Mm-hmm. How do you take inspiration from that movie and make it like into the lyrics and or the music video or anything like that? Like, how do you choose what aspects get chosen?
It's a lot of, I think, a repetition of watching the movie, and I mean, Joe and Spencer's process of writing some of these songs is very in depth, I would say. You know, they're taking parts of the score and of the soundtrack and including little things into the song that are really only noticed by people who know the movie and know this. Yeah, like a true fan of the movie is going to make you appreciate the song so much more. And I think that Spencer really just like, it's almost like a method actor of how to get from the movie, lines from the movie, like the way just like the movie vibes, and put that into specific parts of the song. And when a music video comes along with it, the music video, I mean, is just so creative, and the way that Spencer really like made it into his version of the Silence of the Lambs, I think is just, it's pretty genius.
Yeah, I agree. It's perfect.
A lot of those videos, the producer, the director, Jensen, he doesn't even usually watch the movie before we do these videos that that the songs are based on, because he wants to be able to kind of come in where Spencer has the idea of how the music video can be like the movie. Jensen kind of opposes him in a way of, I'm coming at this without any knowledge of really like what the movie's like. So we were able to put our own kind of spin on it and make it so that it's not exactly like the movie, but including Spencer's ideas kind of make it so that you're still getting all of those nods to it.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that with like Hip to Be Squared. I had never seen American Psycho before I saw heard the music, and when I watched the video back, I was like, hold on.
Yeah,
like,
making all the
like,
connections. Yeah.
Well, like the Hey Paul scene, I was like, that's literally almost exactly in the movie.
And you know, I don't think that the director had seen the movie either, but like they were just able to make it so like the movie, but yet still us, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's what everybody loves about you. I know that's what I love about you. So it's really cool that you guys can do that so like masterfully. Yeah. Perfect. And then speaking of Meet and Greet, just real quick, do you think we can hear that song tonight at all?
I'm going to go ahead and say 100%. Absolutely.
Perfect.
It's actually been my favorite song to play on this entire tour so far.
Oh, awesome.
It's been wild. I love the stage performance of it all. There's more, you know, we have actors on stage like playing out the song with us, and you know, there's a whole scene at the end that takes center stage. Doesn't even involve us. There's There's literally, we have 4 actors on tour with
wow.
us that help with stage crew stuff and then perform with us during the set. And they've created scenes throughout our set now that really have nothing to do with us. That it's like we all
That's
just,
awesome.
I mean, I don't take the step back. I'm already back there, but
Yeah.
everybody else kind of just takes a step back and lets this scene kind of play out in front of the crowd.
Perfect.
So
I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fake blood.
Oh,
So trigger warning.
all right. Well, speaking of horror movies, how do you determine like what horror movie gets made into a song for you guys?
There is just there's been a master list of movies since before Silver Scream 1 that Spencer has come up with that we've added movies to, and I think that what goes into it is just taking a look at that list and really, really imagining how you're going to put the perspective, like where the perspective is from a character in the movie and how you're going to turn that into a song. You know, the difference between Stabbing in the Dark and Thank God It's Friday and the American Nightmare, 3 like classic horror villains, one of which is from, you know, Freddy Krueger's standpoint, one of which is from like the dead camp counselor's standpoint. It's really hard to do Michael Myers because he doesn't even talk, you know, like there's no way to even, you know, kind of personify a song about Michael Myers because all he really does is just like stand there and kill people.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we make this into it? And I think that thinking of creative ways to make the perspective of each character or each movie into the song is how we go about picking what movie we're going to do. It's
Okay.
like, how can we best translate the movie? Even if it's a great movie, even if it's your favorite movie, you know, it's hard to turn the original Dawn of the Dead into a song because it's hard to get into the mind of a villain that is just a bunch of zombies, you know? Like, even though I love that movie, it would be hard to make it as masterfully as we did some of these other songs.
Could do Shaun of the Dead and do Shaun of the Dead.
Also one of my favorite movies.
It's a great movie.
I'm going to get on that.
I'll feature in it. No, just
Yes,
kidding.
perfect.
All right. Well, so with your definition of how you identify which movies get made into songs, do you think there's potential for like these new horror movies to come out, like Megan and like Evil Dead Rise?
Oh,
like that?
absolutely. I mean, I know we've already been talking about and working on a song for like the movie Terrifier, which is like one of our favorites. We've gotten to know the director and some of the actors pretty well. Spencer's good friends with some of those guys, and you know, Megan again would be a great one to kind of give the one about Chucky, assault and battery, is kind of a little dichotomy from his song, and kind of maybe turning one about another kind of sentient doll, you know, maybe give it a little bit a different feel. I think that some of like, you know, like The Witch or Midsummer or Hereditary would be awesome to turn songs or to turn movies into songs. I think that's definitely on, all those movies are on the list, on this
Perfect.
big master list.
Looking forward
There's
to
a
it.
big list though.
Oh, I bet there's a lot of horror movies out there, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
There's like one's coming out every other month.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to move on to talk about the Kiss of the Death tour, which is obviously with you and in this moment. Can you talk about like how that name of the tour came to be? Because I feel like it's a perfect fit for you guys.
Yeah. I think the Kiss of Death kind of just was a combination of like in this moment's more, I feel like almost like femme fatale kind of vibe, and then our just kind of like gruesome horror movie vibe, and kind of combining those two things. And I love the flyer so much with Spencer and Maria almost as like Victorian like vampires almost. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. It's very cool. How's it been working within this moment so far in Avatar and New Year's Day?
They've all been great. I think this tour musically vibes really well. It's all very theatrical again, and between our set and In This Moment's set, which we switch not every night, but there's an equal amount of nights where we close and they close, and between the two different productions, I mean, they've got a lot of pyro and smoke and like big, just like big, very like spooky and in your face production, and ours has been more using video walls and visual content that you kind of have to pay attention to and put together, like when there's actors on stage, and pay attention to the scenes and stuff. So between the two shows, they're very different, but still work together very well.
Yeah, still have the theatrical kind of
Yeah.
on a show aspect. Yeah. Perfect.
And Avatar is they're so kooky and like circusy and very 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 big top like circus feel, it's just so cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely very excited for tonight. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
All right. So we kind of want to move on to this like little fun segment, if that's okay with you. It's called word association. So
Okay.
I'm just going to say a couple horror villains, and you're just going to tell me the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First one, Freddy Krueger.
Claws.
Okay. Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Hell.
Okay, that works. Norman Bates.
Mother.
Jigsaw.
Torture.
Hannibal Lecter.
Fava beans.
Ghostface.
Scream. Oh, that's a bad one because he's in the movie Scream. The knife.
Jason Voorhees.
Mother.
All mother. Michael Myers.
Mask.
Leatherface.
Chainsaw.
Carrie White.
Blood.
Well, I think that definitely sums up all of those. Well, awesome. Well, that's all I had for you today. It was
Wonderful.
super great talking to you.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you.